Game 1 of round 8 at YCS Providence.
Now, this is going to be a really huge dice roll because, while MERMAIL is more than happy to break boards going second, going first, it's one of the scariest decks in the room. I believe that was a 5, and that's a 4.
I'll go first. All right. Good luck, brother. Good luck.
Yep, it looks like Santiago has very happily declared that he's going first.
Great sportsmanship. You love to see it.
Stand by. Yep. Main phase 1. Yep.
And here we see the first play from him. It's going to be normal summon Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. That's a pretty good way to start.
I will activate cost.
I don't know if people at home heard that, but San Diego just said activate cost because the effect of Neptibus is basically... Sorry, the cost of Neptibus might as well be its own effect.
I mean, I remember when Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, was released, and you're like, wait, cost? You're still getting your effects? That's exactly what MERMAIL is about. You're just automatically getting resolve all this stuff. So we're going to start with sending those Dragoons to the grave.
Yep, we had the Shadow Squad being sent as well, going to be activating right here to get the Dragoon summoned from the deck. So now we have access to 2, 1 in hand, 1 on the board. Oh, and we have Minstrel in hand. Going to go ahead and take a look at what Spencer has and say, all that non-engine you thought you were going to use, let's have you not use it. And we're just going to get an instant concede from Spencer. Honestly, very heads up. I really do respect this. His deck, from what I'm looking at right here, looks very grindy. He is not in the mood of giving any information over to Santiago, and he's definitely not in the mood of trying to play from behind.
No, last time we were at the desk, we talked about how there's really no reason not to concede in certain situations if you want to conceal all information from your opponent. So maybe these two don't know each other, and Santiago getting a very quick win there, and obviously was going to pull off an amazing MERMAIL combo. But Spencer was just like, nah, I can't show you any of this. These are my cards for me.
Oh, 100%. If I'm Santiago, I'm definitely happy about this because I have a really good Game 1 win, but like you said, I'm now losing the information warfare. And from the calm collection of Spencer, I think he's more than happy to utilize all the information he has. Because if you've seen one water deck, you've probably seen all of them and all the tricks and shenanigans they're going to be up to.
Absolutely. Santiago, very smiley before he won the duel, but now that it's actually won Game 1, very locked in. So not taking the early bait, understands that his opponent is just really good at understanding just the nuances of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game.
Oh, yeah.
Again, giving up a game means you get to go first, sort of win the die roll again, and be able to set up a board of very powerful cards. So, and no information, no ability to side deck, not knowing really what to do. Unless Santiago watched the stream, he has no idea what's coming.
And it's probably a world, too, where Spencer knows, oh, my main deck is not built for this type of matchup. I built it for Malice or Ryzeal or Mitsurugi. But if I want to be able to have a good, like the strongest deck possible against MERMAIL, I need to go into my side deck. And I'd rather have 2 games with plenty of time with the strongest version of my deck than 3 games where my deck is kind of weaker.
Yeah, starting off with Neptibus felt great, and it got him to that first win, but now Santiago is going to have his work cut out for him as Spencer goes first. We'll see exactly what it is that gets put into Spencer's deck, what sort of side deck spice.
We did see a really heads-up play from, I believe, Carl earlier, where after kind of conceding in the 3rd game, he made Tavion go first, thinking that Tavion sided out of all of his really powerful going first cards. So there could be a world where we could see some, actually you can go first again, but this time I'm ready for you type deals for Spencer, which could really throw Santiago for a loop.
I think that really determined the tempo of our last featured match, and that might be exactly what's about to happen here. Spencer doesn't seem worried in any way, though, and Santiago is just as steely as ever, so let's see how this turns out.
Both players are shuffled up. They're going to be drawing their opening hands here. And it's just a matter of, all right, we had a nice little short Game 1. We have all the time in the world for these next 2. Let's get some good dueling action and decide a winner for round 8.
I know sometimes the duelists in the chat like to joke that the shortest duel we ever see is Tenpai. Apparently fire's not the shortest duel, it's water. But let's go into Game 2 and see how many seconds this one lasts. Seconds, by the way, not minutes.
All right.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're going to Game 2 and you have 40 minutes on the clock.
Feels pretty good. All right, so let's go and draw. See how Spencer takes his tempo.
Yep.
I believe I did see a Fua in Santiago's hand, but before we know what deck we're playing, why bother going for it? Ooh, but there we see the Habakiri, and then of course we can just chain Fua to that to get the automatic draw off of the Saji combo. We saw Tavion kind of lose to this setup a little bit, but he was able to play through it just fine going through double Fualos, so maybe Spencer can do the same.
Yep.
Like to think you don't get this far in the tournament without knowing how to play through a couple of these powerful Mulcharmy cards. So we're going to go ahead and see the Mitsurugi no Mikoto Saji, special summon the field, tributed immediately in the resolution of that effect of the Habakiri. I'm going to go ahead and add the Mitsurugi ritual from the deck to the hand.
I will say I think the Fua takes away the most powerful part about the ritual. Being able to ritual summon from your deck directly is just so powerful of an effect.
No, sir.
but giving up a card to your opponent doesn't feel that great, especially when it's water.
Absolutely. I did see what appears to be a Dominus Impulse in Santiago's hand and an Ash Blossom in Joyous Spring, so there might be some surprises coming Spencer's way.
Oh, that's very interesting to see, actually. Like I said, all day, if your deck can play Dominus Impulse, it looks good for this event.
Oh, it definitely does.
Summon from hand?
We're going to be summoning from hand with this
Cards
Ritual
in
Prayers
hand.
here.
5.
5 and 2. I know 2 of them.
After the Automasa hits the field, there's the Mitsurugi Ritual.
We're going to chain Impulse on that Ritual. That is really huge. Just automatically get it to the graveyard. No effect resolve. No summoning of that Amino Habakiri no Mitsurugi, which is pretty scary.
So here's the thing. If Spencer doesn't pull out of this duel, maybe he did need to hang into the first one, you know, be able to just try. Remember we talked about that with Avery earlier. Oh, but there's a triple tactic tell the Ash Blossom and Joy Spring coming out to stop it. Gonna go ahead and set a card here.
And just
that's
pass
it.
the turn.
Wow.
Bye.
Yep.
Main.
I think I see a Minstrel plus an Abystius in San Diego's hand. Depending on how many other water monsters he might have, that could be more than enough.
Almost summon.
Ooh, we're actually going to normal summon the Pike here and going to pitch the Abyssius from hand. It's pretty huge.
Definitely a different tempo. Oh, and there's the Solemn Strike. 1,500 life points. That's definitely worth the trade, but you will see if there's anything more here. Obviously, the Minstrel's there, but we're going to go ahead and pitch instead.
Yep, we're going to use the second Abyssius that we had in hand, pitching the Minstrel here to go ahead and summon and then summon again.
Can I read it?
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and get Abyss Shrine, it looks like, from Santiago. Spencer just clarifying how powerful this card is. Basically allowing him to summon yet another level 7 monster if he can get it into the hand.
So the answer is very. Yes.
And it also has an effect during Spencer's turn as well, which I'm sure he's taking note of. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and tribute the Abyssius on field.
Second 2s. I opened 2 2s. Okay.
Yeah, people were just wondering, where'd that second Abyssius come from? It was in my hand already, was his answer. So they received, they received Poseidra, the newest inclusion of the MERMAIL deck. Well, I say newest, but the most recent one.
I mean, Rage of the Abyss, still relatively recent.
This card will allow him to bounce the Armasa, I believe, because he was able to properly summon it.
Squad.
Sure.
And now we just use Squad to summon back out probably Abystius here, or we can go for Dragoons.
Prince.
Definitely got a couple of a preview there from Santiago's deck. Seems like we featured a Meows and a Nibiru, so great options there.
Good.
And certainly heads up to use the Meows in the Mitsurugi matchup. Graveyard is definitely in play.
And there we see Neptibus, and there we see another concession from Spencer. Once again, Atlantean Prince Neptibus is just too strong. Santiago is the winner of this match in lightning quick fashion.
Lightning quick fashion, yeah. There's definitely a rage in that a bit.